Hello everyone. What's up? My name's Elise if you're new to my channel. Welcome. It's so nice to see everyone. Today we are talking about my all-time favorite books ever. But before we get into the video, I wanted to stop and tell you guys about my first ever sponsor for this channel, one that I think is so perfect and I have been using for a little while now, and that is the Oodie. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's raining right now. We're actually in the middle of a thunderstorm, so this is so perfect to be wearing right now because it's so cozy for this kind of weather. The Oodie Robe is made using toasty tech. It has fleece on the outside and Sherpa on the inside. It's so comfortable. Honestly, I got a small to medium. I could probably have even gone down a size, but I love how big and roomy it is. It has a hood, which is so fun. And also, look at these sleeves. I cannot tell you how many times when I'm wearing a normal robe that I get my sleeves wet while I'm washing my hands, or I have to be super careful to roll them up while I'm eating food or cooking. With the Oodie Robe, you can cook all you want, wash your hands, wash your face, eat all you want, and not worry about getting stuff on your sleeves, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. So I'm so in love with this robe. I've been wearing it like every day, every chance that I get. And I have a discount code for you guys. So if you want to get the Oodie itself, which is like an oversized blanket sweater with the fleece on the outside and the Sherpa on the inside, I have a $35 code for you guys to get off of the Oodie. And if you want to get a robe like this one, whether this pattern or a different one, I have a $30 code off for you guys as well. So be sure to check the description so that you can get your own Oodie. Seriously, you guys, I love it so much. And I actually chose this design in honor of my #1 favorite book of all time. So let's get on over and talk some more about books. Today I'm talking to you guys about my favorite books of all time. Now these books, when I first read them, were great. I loved them. But they continued to remain great. They continued to live rent-free in my brain forever since I read them. And the #1 book that I love, I literally recommend it to anyone I think will remotely enjoy it, and that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Do you see the inspiration? I love this book so much. This is a sci-fi novel, which sci-fi is not even my top genre, but I love this book so much. It touches on humanity, morality, science, there's adventure in it, introspection, friendship too. It just touches on so many great things. I think if people give it a chance, they will love it also. Project Hail Mary follows Ryland Grace, who's a scientist. He and a bunch of other scientists discover this kind of anomaly happening in space. Hop to the next chapter and Ryland wakes up in the middle of a spaceship, in the middle of space, without his memory. He doesn't know why he's there, so he has to piece together how he got on the ship, why he's there, what he's supposed to be doing, and kind of slowly remembers that, not a spoiler, the Earth is dying. Something is consuming the sun and the Earth is about to be put into an ice age. So he has to go on a mission, what they call a Hail Mary. They don't really know if it's gonna work. The possibility of it working out is pretty low, but they're gonna throw it anyway because at least there's that small percentage of it working out. So they are on a Hail Mary to fix and save the Earth. Ryland has to figure all of this out and help save the Earth if he can. Such a good book. Please read this. Please read this book. Okay, next we have, in no particular order, we have The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt's kind of thing that she promoted was libraries and literacy. So she put out funding for these mobile libraries, and they start one in this town. So it follows this group of women on their journey of promoting literacy and delivering books, kind of being a librarian with a sack of books and taking them to these homes who can't really get to the town, or who don't have the funds or things available to them to read. These women are so interesting. They have such unique, different personalities. It's really fun seeing them work together and becoming friends and developing this found family, which is one of my favorite tropes. There's a little bit of romance in there. There's some action. There's some mystery in there. And you just end up falling in love with these women and their journey and just rooting for them so much. And I have to say, I loved the ending of this. How things work out for Alice was just, chef's kiss. I loved it so much. I highly recommend it if you're into historical fiction or literary books. I just really enjoyed this book. Another all-time favorite for me is Circe by Madeline Miller. I am obsessed with Greek mythology. I have always been since I was young. I don't even think that Percy Jackson started it for me. I think I was into Greek mythology before Percy Jackson, and then after that it just exploded. This book follows kind of a minor goddess named Circe. She is a daughter of Helios, the Titan of the sun. She, through a series of events, gets cast away onto this island. It's very slow paced. I kind of liked how someone explained it. I can't remember quite who, but they explained it as almost like a character study of Circe. It follows her life. It's very character-based story, but I just loved Circe's transformation and going from someone who's not seen as very valuable and worthy to others, and she takes that and is like, you know what, I am valuable and worthy to myself. She goes through a lot of events on the island. She learns from her experiences and chooses how that's going to affect her and what she's going to do about it, and I just loved that so much. I think this story has a lot to share, a lot that can be thought upon. It definitely lingers in your brain. I mean, it's lived rent-free in my brain since I read it 3 years ago, maybe. Another one is a nonfiction, and that is Atomic Habits by James Clear. His talking about habits and how to break them down and how to create new habits or how to break old habits was done in such a way that was really relatable and really accessible. He gave a ton of examples of how you can do that and use these things in your life, and I think about it all the time, especially when it comes to habit stacking or how to rearrange your environment so that it's easier for you to break a habit or to start a new habit. The takeaways from this book for me personally were really great, and if anyone has a discussion with me about habits or things that they want to accomplish in the future, I always recommend this book. So I love this book. Okay, next, it might be a little random, but this is probably one of the books that I reread the most. I just loved the story of hope and the story of perseverance and kind of taking charge of your plot in life. And that is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Look at this cover. This is like the OG book cover, the OG edition. This book follows Wanda, and her people, her species, is from another planet. So I guess this is sci-fi also. Maybe I need to read more sci-fi. So this follows the people on this other planet. They have learned that they can travel to other planets and insert themselves into a host. There's a planet with like these spider creatures. There's a planet with these sea dragon creatures. There's a planet with like ice creatures. I don't know. This follows Wanda as she is inserted into a human host. And it's sort of the story of these hosts taking over humans, but there are some who are resistant and fighting back. and Wanda gets a resistant host. I loved the characters in this. I loved the journey that Wanda goes on, and just seeing her experience these human emotions, because the emotions of the other creatures are very different. And so seeing her experience those emotions for the first time, like through her new fresh eyes, was really beautiful. And there are such beautiful friendships and so much character transformation and growth in this book. Found family, adventure, I mean, it's just, yeah. This book. Next we have an old one as well, and I don't really know if the prose, if the writing is really that amazing, but this book has brought me so much comfort in my life. It follows Meg, who likes things a very certain way. She has lists for everything, pros and cons lists for everything. Her father convinces her to work the summer away at an amusement park for the summer, which is also what inspired me to go live and work in Orlando at Disney World when I did the Disney College program. I guess very nostalgic, very emotional ties for me, and that's why it's like one of my favorite books of all time. Meg does go away for the summer. She does have a boyfriend back home, so she's experiencing long distance, which is something I've experienced before and am currently experiencing. I don't know why I made it sound like that's past tense. So you get to see her experiencing living away from home for the first time. She's struggling with long distance. She's making new friends. She's finding out more about herself, all while there's these little like summer adventures, like, you know, the lake or exploring the park or pool parties and stuff like that. It's just really cute. It's simple, but one of my favorite reads. This next one is more of a series, and that is The Throne of Glass. I love this world so much. It's kind of funny because it's almost like a yearly or every other year where I reread one of these series. Currently I'm listening to Throne of Glass. I'm on the last book, Kingdom of Ash, and I'm really sad that it's over again. It follows Selena, who is an assassin. The world is so intricately woven, and the growth Selena goes through, all the characters that we meet, all of the action and adventure and politics and intrigue. And then A Court of Thorns and Roses. I guess after I finish Throne of Glass, it's on to A Court of Thorns and Roses again. I bought this set up here, you can't see it, but it's up here, to reread and annotate. So I'm considering doing a reading vlog of that. I don't know, we'll see, but I want to reread and annotate these and just get creative with them. I love them so much. The world that this is, like, if I could choose between going into one of Sarah J Maas's worlds, it would be Prithian. Everyone says the Night Court, it's gorgeous, I love it, but I don't know, I love the ocean. I love summer too, so I'd probably go into the summer court. I love the found family, the action. It's very much I support you but you do you, if that makes sense. The political intrigue. I just love Sarah J Maas's writing style too. She does a great job of having some moments that are blueprint, what I call blueprint, telling you exactly what it is, and then there are moments where it's very flowery and beautiful, and there are spaces in the writing to let your imagination fill in the gaps. And I know some people don't love that. They want to be told exactly what to imagine and to think, and I want to fill in those blanks and let my imagination go wild. And Sarah J Maas does a fantastic job of doing that. Recent series that it's just brought me so much joy. I cannot wait to reread this series and some of the extras that she has included, and that is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. This book series I started during a really rough time pretty much in everyone's lives. I was living in a foreign country away from my family. If I left, I would lose my job and my health insurance, and so I went to reading, and this series, bless my friends because I talked about it all the time. I love this series so much. I loved the characters. Each character was very different, had their own backstory. Some of the stories were a little bit similar, but in the long run, the whole series itself was just so well done in my opinion. Even the world had its own like story, if that makes sense. So even the world that they lived in had things and change that affected everyone in all the stories, and you still get to see other characters throughout the rest of the series, and I just love it so much. It's funny, it's steamy, it's sci-fi again. I think we're seeing a theme here. Maybe I need to analyze my 5-star reads. I know a lot of people who have finally given it a chance and been thoroughly surprised by it, and that was actually kind of me. Anyway, I could talk about this series forever and ever. I could talk about all these books for so long, but I'm gonna wrap everything up. Hey everyone, hopping in here because I just finished filming this video and I forgot to tell you about one of my all-time favorite books. That is Ella Enchanted. This book is a Cinderella retelling, and I love this retelling of Cinderella almost more than Cinderella itself. It's a story about friendship, adventure, love. There is romance in it. It follows Ella, who was gifted the gift of obedience when she was born. However, there is a darker side to that gift. When Ella gets older and people are a little more deceptive with her gift, Ella wants to break her curse, and so ensues a adventure with ogres and giants and fairies and elves and traveling across the world that she's in, and princes and knights. It's so fun, it's adventurous, it's one of my all-time favorite books, and I hope that you can enjoy it too. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much again to the Oodie for sponsoring this video today. Be sure to check out those links and those discount codes down below. As always, I hope you're doing so well whenever and wherever you're watching this. Wishing you all the best, sending you all the good vibes, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone!